Okay, this is the buyer-broker agreement. For compliance, we want to make sure that we use the buyer-broker agreement itself and the New York State agency disclosure. These are the only two forms that are required to be compliant. There's some other forms that you can add in there to kind of cover yourself if you want to go a little bit more, but let's take a look at the buyer-broker agreement first. And it starts here with page 1, where you identify who the buyer is. Bob and Mary Buyer. And then their current address, wherever they reside. So they're at 123 Any Street, and anywhere, New York, let's call it. Let's see here. So Keller Williams Capital District broker, they're represented by, that would go you in here. And this is going to be a commercial transaction, so we're going to put here that it's to help locate and negotiate for the purchaser the rental, residential property. So the representation period is a 6-month term, so we're going to have that start today. And this is actually on January. And I'm going to make it till the end of the month just to give myself a few extra days on this contract. You can put it right at the 18th if you wanted. In here, there's none. This is any obligations on behalf of the client. Down at the bottom, make sure they initial. After the expiration of 6 months is the protection period. If the property's listed real estate company, we would offer a fee equal to that being offered by the listing broker, but not less than 2.5%. If it's not listed with a real estate company, our position is that we would accept a fee equal to 5% commission. And should the client desire to rent a property during this agreement, if you'd like to, you can fill this out and you can put in that you would be able to help them with that, and you would get a commission equal to 1 month's rent, which would be due and payable upon execution of the lease. You don't want to wait till they take possession. You want to get paid when they sign the lease. Or you could just put a line through this and write NA next to it, which would mean not applicable if you're not interested in helping them rent. Make sure you have them initial either A or B, that they're purchasing the property for use as a primary residence, or that they're purchasing the property for use for investments, based on their circumstances. And then you're going to go ahead and fill it out here, sign it, and they're going to sign there. And the second form that we looked at that's also required is simply the disclosure of agency, the New York State disclosure of agency here. And in this form, you're going to notify, you're going to put your name here, that you presented them with this form, and that you represent the buyer as the buyer's agent. And I would also recommend having them agree in advance to an advanced informed consent to dual agency with designated sales agents. So you would have them click that box there, which it won't let me do. And then you might put your name in here. If with designated sales agents is indicated that you appointed to represent the buyer, and of course, whoever the other Keller Williams agent is, Keller Williams Capital District agent is, their name would go in here at that time. And then the buyer would simply sign it at the bottom and date it. Those are the only two forms that we need for compliance on a buyer listing agreement. All right. Hope that helps.